So Spurs, Stevie Nicol make some serious work of Burnley there, or light work rather, considering they scored three goals in the first half and one more. We're going to talk about the big man Gareth Bale in just a bit, but Spurs definitely needed this win, especially at home. They had only won two of their last six domestically at home before this matchup. We always talk about how Spurs do have the quality. So finally, did we see it on display?
Oh my goodness, yes, we did. I mean, it was actually enjoyable to watch, which is something we haven't said about particularly Mourinho's teams in this Tottenham side lately. So, listen, it helps big time if you can get a goal after 2 minutes, and of course Gareth Bale getting on the end of it. Not something we've seen too often from him either. So, listen, Burnley actually surprised me because having lost the early goal, they opened up and tried to get at Spurs. And that really just played into Spurs' hands. I mean, the pace and the guile going forward with Kane and Son and Bale, Lucas Moura getting in on the act, scoring as well. So it really was a great performance from Tottenham, and the kind of football that we actually like to see Tottenham playing.
Definitely. And let's talk about Gareth Bale then now, because he, of course, is the one who everyone will be talking about. Two goals today. He did get the start, so he definitely made it worth everyone's while. If we go back in time, Stevie, though, to today, 1 month exactly today, January 28th, a certain man called Stevie Nicol actually said on ESPN FC that you don't think that Gareth Bale is that big game player anymore. Have you changed that, or has his performance today changed your opinion?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Right, let me get this right. He's been there 6 months, and as good as he was today, it's taken him 6 months to produce.
But he was
And I
given
love,
a chance. He
and
was given
hold
a
on a
chance and he
second.
made the
And
most of it.
I love the way you say a big game player. Well, I'll tell you what, if Burnley at home is a big game, then I'll tell you what, I'm watching the wrong teams then. Listen, it's a fantastic performance, but it's against Burnley at home. And
Mhm.
it's the first time in 6 months since he pretty much joined the club that he's actually produced. So yes, he was fantastic. Yes, his goals were great. Yes, he looked like the Gareth Bale that we all thought he was. But come on, it's one game in 6 months and it's against Burnley. So I think you need to just cool your jets a little bit, Alexis.
But you don't think that he could still, at least now that we've seen these two goals, he's gotten his starts. You can only beat who's in front of you with the chances that you're given. You don't think that he could now start to have more of an impact for Spurs, at least for the rest of the season?
Well, he's made a start. You know, he hasn't had an impact up until this game. And it's, as I said, it's taken a long time. But you know what? If it was a case of him getting 100% fit, because he never played any football at Real Madrid for probably at least 12, 18 months previous to going to Tottenham. So I guess there's a lot of physical things that he needed to do to get himself back in the right, certainly shape and frame of mind, probably as well. So if that's the case, then absolutely, you know, he showed us today that he still has quality. Now it's a case of producing it every time he steps on the field. There's no point in Gareth Bale being sensational against Burnley, and then the next time he plays, he disappears again. So he's got himself to a point where we know he can still produce. Now he has to do it consistently. So let's see if that happens.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.